Hi everyone, my name is Masih Alinejad. I am a journalist, author, human rights activist. Of course, the government called me a troublemaker. I would love to be a troublemaker for the oppressors. Today I am here to talk about coronavirus in Iran. Yes, the coronavirus has created mayhem for people all over the world. However, in addition to coronavirus, Iranian people have been dealing with a much deadlier virus, which is called religious dictatorship. It is called the Islamic Republic. I would like to tell you how the Islamic Republic covered up news about the outbreak of the coronavirus in Iran. By doing so, they have helped spread the virus not only in Iran, but also all over the Middle East. I am sure you remember when the coronavirus started in Wuhan, China, gradually all countries across the world reacted by suspending their flights to Wuhan, no? But in Iran, it was an exception. The Mahan Airlines in Iran continued to operate flights to Wuhan, putting the lives of Iranian people in danger. Can you believe that? Iran and China both repressed their people. They are also allies, the Communist China and the Islamic Republic of Iran. How ironic. You know who was left behind during coronavirus? Of course, the people. In most countries, the governments took action and warned the people about coronavirus, encouraged social distancing. But guess what happened in Iran? Of course, it's the people who posted videos using their camera, their social media to warn each other about the epidemic. It was the people who sounded the alarm. It was the people who encouraged social distancing, while the government actually encouraged people for a big turnout for the anniversary of the revolution and their fake elections. All because the regime wanted to show the rest of the world that this regime is legitimate. But let me show you different pieces of misinformation that show the authorities knew about coronavirus in Iran, but did their best to silence the news. They even jailed people to silence and cover up the coronavirus. Can you believe that? Here, I'm going to expose the truth.
سحر پنجشنبه شروع کرد تبلیغات کردن که مردم نبادا برین تو صف انتخابات وایسین، تو صف رأی دادن وایسین. اونجا چنین هست، چنان هست، بیماری هست، مرض هست، ویروس هست.
Here you are. One piece of misinformation. At the beginning of the February, a hotel in central Tehran fired an employee. His crime? Exposing that a Chinese visitor had coronavirus and he was in quarantine on the 5th floor of the hotel. The hotel even posted several announcements that the worker had been fired for spreading rumors and misinformation. It was a big lie from the hotel management. On February 2nd, when they posted the poster and announced that his name was Hadi Jagarvand, that went viral and people were very concerned. Nobody gave an explanation. Two pieces of misinformation in Iran. In early February, in the city of Sanandaj in western Iran, another activist used his camera to reveal that a patient suffering from coronavirus had been admitted to a local hospital. Guess what happened? Less than 24 hours, the authorities not only arrested him, but forced him to do a false confession on Iranian national television.
در گروه خانوادگی این کلیپ پخش شد. متاسفانه حالا به واسطه چند نفر این کراپ شده بود و در شبکه‌های مجازی پخش شده بود. من از این بابت معذرت میخوام از معذر اساتید.
این فرد میگوید فقط یک شوخی بود، شوخی که نگرانی را تا عمق خانه کردستانی ها.
In early February, in the city of Ahvaz, in south of Iran, activists posted a video of health workers wearing masks and gloves transporting a patient to a hospital in an ambulance. This time, the authorities said that the health workers were just practicing for coronavirus. It was a big lie that the people trying actually to warn each other, but the government hid the news about coronavirus. This is beyond sad. we had a doctor called Mohammad Moulai. In early February, his twin brother is hospitalized, and Dr. Moulai recognized that his brother had coronavirus. The doctor informs the Ministry of Health about his brother's case. The official refused to test him and deny any news of coronavirus. What happened? Mr. Moulai, Dr. Moulai's brother, dies on February 15. But Dr. Moulai used social media and posted a video of his brother on hospital. Instead, the Iranian official TV went after Dr. Moulai. This time, there was no false confession, but the TV report said that the video from his brother was from a long time ago, and his brother had died much earlier. Dr. Moulai didn't give up and continued to protest until the Ministry of Health admitted that his brother had died of coronavirus. And that was the first official announcement from the government in Iran. Here, another piece of misinformation in Iran. On February 12th, a newspaper announced that the first coronavirus patient in Iran had died on February 4th. What happened? Immediately, the health minister tweets that the news is false and the paper will be prosecuted. So not only is the virus spreading, but there is now the threat of jailing activists and journalists for anyone who publicizes the virus. But I have to tell you that Twitter is filtered in Iran. For the government, no, they can use for their own purpose and misinformation. On February 15th, Khamenei, the supreme leader of Islamic Republic, in his meeting with other officials, stopped people from kissing his hand. How do we know? One of the officials actually said that we were banned from shaking hands with the supreme leader of Iran. Why? Because we wanted to protect the Ayatollah. So they knew about coronavirus and they started to exercise social distancing to protect themselves, but not people of Iran. Instead, they encouraged people to go and vote in election or participate in the anniversary of the election. Everyone in power knew something about coronavirus and practicing social distancing, but they didn't want to let people know. This is a crime against human beings. Do you want to know who else knew about coronavirus in Iran? Of course, high-level medical officials. In a candid video, a hospital director reveals that although he knew about coronavirus entering Iran, he couldn't discuss about it. Why? Because he didn't want to create panic just before the election. The regime wanted a huge turnout for their fake elections, and that's why the doctors were told to keep silence. After the election, the official media broadcast an interview with a nurse who reveals that coronavirus had entered Iran as early as January, almost a month earlier than government first reported it. This created anger within the society, on social media. Less than 24 hours, believe me, less than 24 hours, the nurse appears on another video to read from a note making an apology and saying that I made a mistake. Can you believe that? Finally, Iran's former Minister of Health, Hashemi, declares on his Instagram page that actually first coronavirus in Iran were detected in mid-December. He said that he actually warned the authorities, but nothing was done. After pressure, of course, he had to delete his post. Coronavirus is a deadly disease, but when regimes suppress the news for their own political needs, the problem gets worse, resulting in more deaths. The Islamic Republic hid the news, refused to quarantine Iran. Authorities said because of sanctions, they didn't have enough money to quarantine the epicenter in Iran. If they don't have money, for protecting people from coronavirus. I am asking them, how come they had money for morality police to beaten up people at the same time when people were suffering from coronavirus? If they cannot quarantine Iran to save lives of people, how come they quarantined Iran for 7 days in last November and cut off the internet to kill ordinary Iranians? And they killed 1,500 protesters. They had enough money to do it. If you're an activist inside Iran, you face arrest, interrogation, getting beaten up, and jail if you criticize how the regime spends its money. If you're an activist outside Iran like me, the regime goes after your family. Right now, my own brother has been detained for 8 months to silence me, and Iran's prisons are overcrowded and dirty. This is no way to stop the spread of coronavirus in jail, and the regime refused to release political prisoners. You know what? Anytime when I talk about prisoners, my heart aches because I think about my brother in jail. And I'm sure many Iranians have the same feeling when they think about political prisoners. Why? Because they have no voice while they know coronavirus entered prison. And none of the activists inside Iran can be their voices. The government do nothing. That is why many prisoners try to escape from prison. In 9 cities in Iran, we have riots. And guess what happened? 35 prisoners have been killed. So either coronavirus kills you or the prison guards will. Of course, general sanction has hurt Iran's people, including my own family in north of Iran. But it is the lies and mismanagement of the Islamic Republic that has produced the most deaths in the Middle East, in Iran. The regime in Tehran doesn't want medical supplies or doctors. The supreme leader has turned down offers of medical help from the United States. The group Doctors Without Borders sent a team of doctors and medical supplies to Iran. Guess what happened? They were kicked out. So you see, this is the true face of the Islamic Republic. And another reason that they kill more people. When Saudi Arabia closed religious sites in Mecca, when Iraq shut down mosques in Karbala and Najaf, Iran kept its religious sites open during the worst period of coronavirus in Iran. They kept quiet about virus. They hid it. Why? Because they wanted to get cash from the Western country. Recently, when a Revolutionary Guards commander died of coronavirus, the authorities held a public funeral and encouraged people to turn up during the time when every country is exercising social distancing. So you think this regime doesn't care about the lives of its own people. The regime is gambling the lives of Iranian people so that it can be used as a bargaining chip to get cash from Western countries for its own terrorism activities. It all comes down to cash. The Islamic Republic says they don't have money, they don't have cash to provide medicine for the people because of the sanction. Really? I'm going to show you some evidence that when they have money, they use it for their own purpose. In January, the government gave an extra 200 million euros to the Revolutionary Guards. Here is the video.
ما بودجه کافی رو فقط برای این 2 ماه آخر سال 200 میلیون یورو از صندوق توسعه ملی برای حمایت از نیروی قدس سپاه پاسداران که مسئولیت مقاومت در منطقه رو بر عهده دارد اختصاص می‌دهیم.
It breaks my heart that the regime has money, but they are using it for their own purpose to kill the people, to promote their political Islamic ideology. Let me show you another evidence on how the government gives more money to religious institutions than to health care. This year, just this year, the government increased the budget of more than 40 religious institutions and allocated more money to the families of the key religious figures in Iran, like the sons of Ayatollah Khomeini and Ayatollah Khamenei. Can you believe that? There is money for outside group and militias as well. Javad Zarif, the foreign minister of the Islamic Republic, told the Western media Iran has no money to deal with coronavirus. But I am here to tell you that the Islamic Republic has money, but they prefer to send their money to the proxies in Lebanon, in Iraq, in Syria, in Yemen. Watch these videos and judge for yourself.
نحن وعلى المكشوف ويمكن هيك شيء بالعالم كله ما فيه انه واحد يطلع علنا وشفاف وصادق وبيقول للعالم كله نحن يا خيي على راس السطح موازنة حزب الله ومعاشاته ومصاريفه وأكله وشربه وسلاحه وصواريخه من الجمهورية الإسلامية في إيران. تمام؟ ما حدا له علاقة بهذا الموضوع. طالما بإيران في فلوس يعني نحن في عنا فلوس. هتكون شفافية أكثر من هيك.
استخدمت السلاح والعتاد بدون حدود. أرسلت المستشارين العسكريين والضباط لمساعدتنا في التخطيط.
Millions of Iranians are furious because we don't want our money to go to Hezbollah, to go to Bashar Assad. They send me thousands of videos to express themselves because they want to be heard by the Western media. Now I want you to listen to the father of one of those protesters who got killed by the Revolutionary Guards. He wants to tell you how the government used the money when there is no sanctions.
خانم علی نژاد، من میخوام این فیلمی که براتون میفرستم تو رسانه ها پخش کنید. اگر تحریم ها برداشته بشه با فروش نفت و منابع ایران اسلحه خواهند خرید و با اون اسلحه فرزندان ما رو خواهند کشت. اون پولی که میگیرن خرج آقازاده ها میکنن یا پولی که میگیرن میبرن کشورهای عراق، یمن، لبنان، فلسطین به اونا کمک میکنن. به مردم ایران کمک نمیکنن.
It is truly heartbreaking that these people like Puya's father has no voice inside Iran and outside Iran. But I find it especially heartbreaking that some in the international community are ready to trade favors with Javad Zarif, the representative of an oppressive regime. Instead of demanding the release of political prisoners, instead of demanding the release of dual nationals that are kept as hostage, they want to give cash to the same regime. History will judge you. History will judge the international community. Are you going to stand with the dictators or with the people who are fighting against dictators? Some in the international community and certain lawmakers in the United States of America naively think they have to choose between two options, between the Islamic Republic and the Trump's administration. No. If you are a human rights activist, you only have one option. You always choose human rights. I have a message to those who say that the international community should not interfere to internal matters of the Islamic Republic. No, human rights is a global issue. The tragedy of coronavirus should teach us a lesson. When the virus spread in China, it didn't stay there. When the virus spread in Iran, it didn't stay there either. The virus spread to the rest of the world because of mismanagement, because of the corruption, because of the dictatorship. So if you don't take an action against a deadlier virus, which is called religious dictatorship in Iran, then it can infect the rest of the world. You see, when the dictators are united, we, the human rights activists, must be united too. Thank you.